Hello and welcome to my project. The goal of this project was to create an IoT system that handles action and response over a gateway or an event. So since I am building my own drone, I thought the drone restricted zone detection system would be an interesting project, and especially since I could potentially use it in the future. For the setup, I connected a GPS module to the Arduino MKR Wi-Fi module using RX and TX to get the coordinates. I also added a barometer through I2C to get altitude data, and once I confirmed the data was accurate, I set up an MQTT to publish this information to a topic called AeroGuard AT, just like the project name, and on the other end my PC subscribes to the topic and receives the data. But since the drone can't fly yet, and flying it into restricted zone for testing issues isn't possible, I simulated the system by generating random coordinates and altitude data every 2 seconds, and this will allow me to test it without any restriction. As you see, this is the function of generating random locations. I have set Vienna as a center of the location that will show up, and it will go in a radius, in an angle of 4.8 in one direction, and here, as you see, I get the address of every location I am in, and it also shows the timestamp and also generates the altitude data. So when I have the coordinates, I will now use web scraping, because there's no official API available, and there's only a KML file which includes all the locations I am not allowed to enter, but it's really large and has a lot of issues and requires powerful computer to process every time. So I used the web scraping on the Austria control map. As you see, this is the website. You can see all the Austrian map with all locations. I could enter the coordinates by using an HTTP request, and if I enter a location, I will get all the information I need about it. Should I use a license? Is it even prohibited? Am I allowed to fly over here? And for such places that have no data, I just thought it's possible and just mark it as allowed. So when I scrape it and export all the necessary information, I then enter it in a check permission function that will search for keywords such as authorization required. If it matches, I will return a flying not allowed. Otherwise, flying would be allowed. So all this data, like the coordinates, the time, the permission, the altitude, the address, and the ID, and the possible additional information about the place, are then transformed in a JSON format and sent to the MongoDB, the database I will store all the locations in. So here's the database. As you see, there's a lot of locations here, and now I will run over here another script in the same file using threads to make a Flask interface, to make a website in the local host and visualize this data. So as I said, there is a function that will send the data to the MongoDB, and here I have a function that will get the data of the database and put it in the HTML interface. So I will show it to you in a bit. Just I need to start the file. So just as you see, it opened the Chrome browser to scrape for the coordination, for the coordinates, and it looks like the new locations were inserted to the MongoDB, so it works. This is the generated altitude, and if we switch to the website, you will see here all the visualization. We went out of Vienna Center, and those points are from previous tests. I will move now the slide to 3 to show me only the 3 previous locations. And as you see, it generates the data, gets it from the database and enter it in the map. If I enter the toggle, I will see all relevant information, just like flying not allowed, the address and the time I was in. And this is the altitude chart. You can see all the altitude, all the previous altitude. And if it toggles red, that means flying is not allowed, you should fly back. But if it toggles green, that will mean that flying is allowed, you can continue your journey. So now we will wait until it gets green, until I enter a non-prohibited zone. Let's take a look if I will even enter one. So I think we are here, somewhere. No, we are still here. So that means we are going out of Vienna and we will enter a normal zone that needs no license. So now, as you see, this location is not in a restricted area, so it shows me green that it's possible to continue flying, and the green path will continue until I enter a restricted zone. Then it will toggle red. Yes, this is the recent location box. Here you can see all the history, and if you click here, for example, you can see all the necessary data. Yeah, that's it. I hope it's good. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you.